how the Sen play around it. You've got to make it feel like you're on site. You can't just play fully off-site. Teams are too good at that kind of stuff. They're just going to walk in. So you still got to apply a little bit of pressure while not getting caught.
Shotgun's going to go flying just in case.
They're not even going for the ult.
No. High ground angle. Tens! He's played up here before. And
oh,
all too
Tens angle, dude.
Rattles his way forward. Seconds blinded though, and he will have to give that one up. Can't offer himself up to take the fight into the 1v1. Foxy9 with a plant. No pushback from it, and now he's earned the ult into the post. It's a Nightfall going to be used to try and combine their might, but a Rolling Thunder, pound for pound, to push them back once more, and a flank occurring from behind. Flashback, and a counter for a second though. Straight back in, and the supplement utility is just perfect.
What? Wait, where is he looking at?
Alive for now in a 1v2. Can't isolate a fight.
Wait, where is he looking at?
Sassy, able to beam him down, Phantom in hand. Keeping that form flowing from the prior matches that he's played so far at Champs.
So DRX's idea there was that they were going to get into sight and use the plant to get that Rolling Thunder online, not give Sen as many cues as to where they were on the map and where they were going to be hitting with it. It's even a nice opener to catch Tens on a high ground position that he normally plays. And yet, Sen are ahead of the game when it comes to ults. As soon as that Rolling Thunder came out, there's a Nightfall, there's the Rolling Thunder in response, and they collapse, utilizing that pace that the Neon gives you to be able to scale up onto site really quickly.
Are one of the leading teams in terms of retake success. Pretty good at that regard, and I think the Neon, like you said, I mean, just the amount of util that they've got, you can see how Zelsis was helping Zeki get into the site. Playing off of all that high tempo, the fact that you can just get straight up in there. And headset off, you know what that means?
He just wanted to take a break, his ears were good. Is that what that means? Sure. It looks like we've got a bit of a tech pause. Presumably some kind of audio problem?
Yeah.
All right. What on earth?
What is happening here?
He's trying to polish Sassy's head. Listen, as a fellow bald guy, I know this bit.
Yeah?
I know this bit.
And Sassy's not giving him anything.
Dude, Sassy's looking like a fresh bowling ball today, isn't he? He's got shine out there.
He doesn't need
fucked up.
Bald recognizes bald.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be there with you soon. Don't worry.
Yeah. We have an audience that a large amount of them are likely to go bald at some point in their life. You laugh it up while you're out there.
But yeah, but it is about 10 years on from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got a lot of time. They can't laugh.
Yeah. Enjoy your hairlines while you have them. No need to zoom in on Tens. I mean, that guy's got a great hairline. Yeah. We've got a little tech pause here, though, but I think this is going to be a particularly bad...
Why is everything breaking for me right now?
I know, obviously this hasn't been done intentionally, but DRX are just left in this spot to stew on the fact that they have now let 4 in a row go the way of Sen. And especially when you see like the way that Foxy9 was taking that 1v2, for example, and his aim is all over the place, to be honest.
Anticipating that players would be out, like the crosshair placement so slightly off.
Yeah, and just the aim itself and like the mouse control was a little wonky, to be honest.
What we were talking about, maybe the nerves playing a factor, because this is, you know, despite the fact that you've seen the name DRX at multiple events before, it's a very different roster this year that's turned up to the final international event of the year. You've got essentially the team being led by Mako, Buzz, being pushed into this position as the veterans who have to really pull up the morale when it gets knocked down, which we've seen evidence of. Their opening match for DRX, they got knocked down. That's wishful thinking.
I mean, we might see one.
We might see it.
We absolutely
been good for it.
see it.
Listen, I didn't mean to slander it.
It's cool as well to see the interplay between the rookie players and the veterans on their own team, but also on Sentinels.
Yeah.
Foxy9 looking up to Tens over the course of his whole career.
That's right.
Because Tens has been in the game for such a long time, and he was an icon of early Valorant. If anything, he's probably only got more popular as time's gone on. Right. But he was much more popular than any other pro at the beginning of the game, and it wasn't close.
That's true.
So
I mean, he's still really
Foxy9
popular.
Around at the start of the game, idolize this guy.
Like more than any other player.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, Foxy9 looked up to him. They have a very wholesome interaction that always occurs as well if they do cross paths.
Aww.
Okay, and I'm taking a look. We're back in the game here, round 7, and Sentinels are 4 stacking over towards A to start this off. You'd be forgiven for thinking that that's the team on the eco taking a gamble, but it's not at all.
It's a kill trip setup towards the back of the site, John QT.
A very passive
Very
kill trip
passive,
setup.
so he's holding for aggression. But B-main control, given up, turned over towards Bane. He's going to try and hold on to that space while the rest of his team looks for picks, looks for opportunities out through mid.
If this cam gets broken, John is going to struggle massively to maintain info in this area.
The all offloaded. Buzz is going to use the overdrive to try and battle his way in to the side again. We know.
John can't even play off these trips.
Stinger.
To the back now, that's a Hunter's Fury to sub. Blumman tripped up though, caught up. Buzz deals with it nicely, and have given up full control towards the back of the site.
5v5 retake?
Open space here, but now they want to try and make this retake happen through the market area. This is going to put the pressure on the Marco. Paranoia and the stun.
Yep.
All perfect. Alternating the lanes up. Buzz is going to have to play up into their face with a right click. It's going to be rewarded, but not enough for the second kill. Zelsis, a stave off Foxy9 in through the back of the site, up and over as well. Too many targets to overcome. Yes, still, Foxy9 does himself another one.
Zekid.
Against the weaponry, you got to think. Inevitability.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Shots rattled by flashback.
Wait, what?
Seconds ace seals up.
Oh, he
Had
aced?
just that slightest amount of
Bro.
danger.
Outrageous. A day of firsts here for Zekken. Picking up Neon for the first time in 2024, and also, weirdly enough, his first ace of 2024 as well.
Which is wild.
Absolutely bonkers. I mean, he's been a phenomenal player all season. He's only gotten better, actually, as the year's gone on.
That is crazy.
He's
Like,
still
I didn't
another
know
ace
it hit
this
him.
year, pulls it out. In a round, actually, where there was some serious danger, too. Sentinel's macro setup had left B completely open. They had to get back in there, and it looked a bit tough. John doesn't have any armor.
Forgot it.
Now, of course, John's going to buy armor. Oh, he does.
Oh, just in time.
Clutch.
Almost falling into the IGL debuff.
Clutcher kick.
Through a bit preemptive potentially, but it does push DRX away. They don't want anything to do with towards the A main extremity.
What is with this audio? Like, the audio, the lag that was happening.
He's got a sight set now, and he's really feeling that pressure. Needs to be defended as well from the market crunch. DRX have
Don't
full
do
control
it.
of that area of the map. This first shot accuracy. Zekken maintains that composure, doesn't take the shot just from seeing the shoulder. Flashback's still there, but doesn't expect.
No.
The player's already out. Bit of misinformation there for him. John Till Seal tucked up into the corner. Might be able to play spoiler. Already Sentinels have dropped 2 players into the mix. DRX coming out with all the answers for it. Still Sassy, he's there. Force spray down to the operator. That was dropped down into main from Briar.
Oh.
The
Push him.
post-transition of DRX. You slow it down into the moment now. Just looks impeccable.
I met the other guy, but whatever.
Last one. Just Celsius to stand against it, and he's not even able to save that rifle and scurry away with it. So DRX back in it. Stop the bleeding.
Not just that, they've actually identified the weakness in Sentinel's defensive setup. Yeah, it's only the first rifle round they've put on the board, but they're now figuring out B main is being given to them mostly for free. Okay, this time Zekken was there with an op, but also Market has got nobody really playing inside of it heavily. They're playing very passive setups over towards the B site, and DRX have just started taking all of that space. So I agree with this decision coming from the Sentinels coaching staff. John QD, Kaplan, as the coach,
Yeah, could be John.
has hit the red button.
Timeout?
I suppose, yeah, it could
Could be either of them.
But
Oh,
they
okay.
pulled
These
the
were like,
timeout in this position.
get somebody in market right
I think
now.
it makes sense because at this point DRX have figured out what's going on and they're starting to vacuum up free space around the map. So if Sentinels have the depth for it, this would be a perfect time to start adjusting things and playing a hard anchor in market. Maybe John plays in that kind of position, or trying to play Zelsis, Tens, Zekken as a 3-man stack to go and take B main control at the start with that one way and the stun and that kind of thing. You know, shift things up a little bit, change that defensive setup, throw the DRX off after they've just got the read on what's happening. When you're in the lead like this, you can afford to take timeouts to try to stay in the lead, and it's going to be a challenge for DRX here to figure out what's adjusted.
See if they do alternate the setup, as you mentioned.
I mean, they did try to alternate the setup in some sense just by picking up that operator and giving it to Zekken.
Holding it down through B, because, I mean, DRX were doing a lot of contact plays in through B main, not using too much util
It wasn't
for it.
really
Wait, where they
flashing,
shift
though. They
from?
were breach flashing, they threw a recon, like they were sometimes stunning as well.
Well, now you're seeing it. Same signs of life.
And this setup designed to try to catch John QD.
I need to look
Backs
up
out
the
there early on, and Zekken's taking contact with
UVC
Market
team merch.
with his op, hoping
Right,
that
so
DRX
we're-
again go for that kind of contacty play through Market.
Noise bait idea from DRX, you could see it. Just from the way that Buzz was.
Wait, there's a jet knife, buddy?
Noise been out. One-way smoke popped up here. We're using the drone.
I like this. You
Or
push
was
Sassy off the angle, you make sure that Sentinels do not have info in this side of the map, and then you can go back and re-hit over towards B.
It's Zelsis over.
It's absolutely looked like B has been the favored site for DRX to hit, and I don't expect this round to be an exception to that.
Yeah,
Do they get a-
players already inserted.
Do they get a free cross? On mid, is Zelsis going to try to contest? Looks like he's not thinking about it currently, but they could walk into the off.
Woke up, shots in the face, and well,
He got another off.
Somewhat, somewhere.
Damn.
It's Mako, right?
In blind.
Yeah. So Bane just couldn't see a bloody thing there, but now I know at least the operator is back online too. With 30 seconds left, they've got no pivot
30
options.
seconds left.
Gonna have to overwhelm this A setup. Assassin's got Eddie stub. Can't quite hit that first shot. Accuracy sees as well as dodge. Duke, but trade in sight, at least from tens. Now backs himself away, retreating to the safety of the site, and there's holes all over the place here. DRX attempting to make the most of it, but with only a few seconds to remain. It's all just ran out, ran dry. Have to back away, keep these guns into the next, if they even can. But they're being hunted. Zelsis punished.
Keep going, keep going.
That gets Foxy one away from Rolling Thunder. At this point, DRX need big ultimates to get across the line. Sen, good
Well, they're about to
timeout.
get breach ult, so.
Small adjustment, not a large one like I was suggesting. Just a minor adjustment of where the operators played, but a good read that DRX were going to go for another one of those B splits. I think DRX should have adjusted that though. I think.
Wait,
when your
wait, he
opponent
was
just
finding
run
the
around
red in
with a
there.
B split, and then your opponent takes attack timeout.
What are the pickups looking at? I have Sen winning all the way.
And not just going back into a very
Wait, let
simple
me,
B
let me
split
pull it up.
Zekken looking like he wants to take the orb towards B main. It's a difficult area because that's where DRX have been putting most of their early pressure. But this time, the side split, and they force out Paranoia early on. This all a distraction for Mako to slink through, and what a timing he's found.
He slipped straight past, hasn't he? Could deliver the blade to the back. Necessary to
I forgot to do my playoffs
but Tenz is
one.
still holding it down himself. Out for the elbow angle, but Zekken punished. Now they know at least that they've lost control of this one. Knives are out full, running away. Mako needs to play for his life. Does he know that Sass is already up onto it, dodging the flash? The IGL doing the most. Standing up to that challenge and the pressure, and even just picking apart the players. Zelsis had no chance. Head on a swivel, had to look in either direction. Just gambled incorrectly and forcing a save out of John QT.
Beautiful set round that
Another
DRX have pulled out
okay,
there.
here.
That's the kind of thing that I wish they'd done straight out of the tag time.
These are my
I know that
pick'ems.
Sen are making adjustments, but nevertheless, a great time to run it here in round 10 as well.
Wait, why does it look so weird on the
All of
website?
that A pressure early on, allowing Mako to get a really deep timing.
The only thing I'm unsure about is Heretics and Fnatic, because they haven't played each other, so I don't know if
there in mid with that duel he'd taken.
I don't know what's gonna happen there.
Actually, too much because Mako could have still been. At
Yes,
95.
G2 over Love. I think G2
DRX love doing these double lurk strategies.
is the
They run those
strategically
fairly
better
often on
team.
bind as well
but
on their attack side, though
I think
Mako
Lev's just
has
better
seen that in
aimers.
series today. But watch out, because Mako and
Hello,
Frostbite
aim.
can be a deadly 1-2 combo on the lurk.
I'm curious if Sen are going to be adjusted.
Oh,
as
ETA.
well. A top mid angle has been left free real estate, pretty open for most.
EDG over Lev, of course.
Really exploiting it too much, apart from the round we just watched. They've mostly been.
I've been watching Kongkong like do his aim training with the op in PDMs. Dude, he purposely aims away from the person so he can practice his flicks. Bro, it's crazy.
Loosen up mid, and then grab a couple rounds towards the end of the map, the end of the half.
Cái Twitch của chị bị ban nên là lâu không
Another
stream
4
được.
stack on A. I'm not sure about this
Khổ lắm.
kind of setup. It's leaving B not just weak but passive. Even if the Sen players rotate over to help John, they're probably still gonna have to give up market.
Dạo này
and
chị
B
cực
main.
kỳ không may mắn
Run
luôn
these
ý.
areas back.
Làm cái gì cũng
Seems to be
thất
part
bại.
of the game plan whenever we get a rolling thunder online or Buzz has the overdrive ready and waiting into his hands.
Twitch của bị ban tại vì
Again, it's that open sight shot down.
mạng của chị nó bị chậm ấy, nên nó cứ bị ngừng kết nối. Thì nó tưởng chị dùng một cái bot.
Would be a good time for Sentinels to go for some kind of mid push.
This is slow from Sen.
Còn bây giờ chị không biết cái stream nó lag hay là vì mạng của chị nên nó lag.
Some worries, but a nightfall at least gives them peace of mind. They know that nobody's hunkering down onto the side with that lurk spotted. Flashback down and out. Nora effect gives them full information. Rolling Thunder has to be used nice and early here. Paranoia alongside it sees to the feet. Aftershock into the corner. Zekken trying to get explosive, trying to get electric. John QT trying to play himself in, but he's fallen asleep at the wheel and a few straight bullets. Surely needs to end the line, but his DRX players are all gone in the end. But time,
Mạng của chị nó là kiểu cái rẻ tiền nhất ấy. Nên là nó không đủ để chị vừa chơi game vừa stream.
But they didn't hit the gas pedal early enough. I'm not even sure who gets the credit there for the clutch. The Red Bull clutch on DRX goes to.
Nên là nó cứ kiểu ngừng kết nối xong nó lại kết nối lại ấy. Thì bọn nó tưởng chỉ dùng bot.
They know what's going on, but this crunch into B main a little too slow. And also, I think Foxy9 does a great job there of picking up Sassy. I think he was right about to get half right. Even then, I think they didn't even have time to get half on it towards the end there.
Ball util was just too strong. DRX walking in.
Wait, DRX? Well, I wasn't paying attention.
Time and out. Again, trying to heavy conditional, at least pull some util out through the A main fight. They've been doing this quite a bit.
Đúng rồi. Nên là không vừa chơi được vừa stream được ý. Thì phải chờ vào lúc đêm để bố mẹ chị đi ngủ thì may ra có đủ mang để stream được. Nó lag nhá, xong rồi nhiều lúc chị chơi game còn bị nóng cơ. Tại vì máy tính của chị nóng ấy nên là nó làm cả cái phòng nó nóng.
Very far back just in case there is an offer into the B main angle. That's what they're anticipating. Clears most of the space again.
Thôi nói chung này mới chịu thôi.
The backside spot. It's new for him. Can he anchor?
Whoa!
Not a chance.
That's rapid from Buzz. He takes out one of the star players, the Sentinels. No worries, no qualms. Up through mid. Flashback's still going to be
Mạng là
backstab role and position.
đang trả 50 đô rồi ấy, hơn 1 triệu.
Plenty of footsteps, plenty of rotations. Now he becomes that insurance policy.
Là cái rẻ nhất.
Angle trains, but he's missed that time and still doesn't decide to hold himself up onto it once more. Overdrives here. Just try and get Buzz out of dodge. Smokes up in their faces. It's an unusual position to be playing in, but still with a rolling thunder at the shot. All combined through. Buzz
Wait, he does.
Accounted for, and he's spraying them through. Seltzer's half.
Wait, he does? How did he dodge the rolling thunder?
Flawless finish to the half. DRX.
Aww.
Bring it back up to 6.
What a finish for the Korean team here. 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5. Making those adjustments and recovering beautifully. Oh, that entry is amazing from one of our best players so far.
Not get hit by that.
It's been electric between both of these teams as well, and I'm sure it's just going to keep on going into that second half.
Oh, come on.
Trade in any phone in any condition guaranteed and get $800 off the new Galaxy Z Fold 6.
Please, my pickums.
Red Bull gives you wings.
It's locked, right? Oh, wait, now that I have up here, usually I have it down here. Second Neon, save me, second Neon. I can't tell if Zekin on Neon is troll yet or not. I think he usually plays Raze.
Looking at a more even half here, 6-6, and yeah, I mean these teams going blow for blow as well. Lovely adjustments by DRX, I think, as well, spotting out some of the weaknesses in terms of Sentinel setups and what they were running themselves, just enough to be able to make it that much more competitive.
The players that I'm watching heading into the next half, it's that big duelist matchup, Zekin and Buzz. We just saw in the final round Buzz hit an unbelievable entry.
Oh yeah.
And he's been fantastic. The last month from Buzz has been unbelievable in terms of his form. Zekin continues to be a top 5 duelist in the world, in my opinion.
Top 5?
We're getting to see him on Neon today. What's the value difference between these two players?
Top 5 is crazy.
DRX start out with a triple stack, looking to try to control mid. Broken by that one smoke that 10s places. Looks like they're going for a re-clear.
Yeah, I think that was the goal as well from SEN. They sent out the Paranoia, but no, or at least the Prowler, I should say. Here's the second one, Mako. spots it and players, so he needs to give up that space now, back away, play the rest of his team in, of which they have arrived. And so this might just be a bit of a skirmish and a scramble now, and a scrap here with the util, blinded up second, spamming away, praying with the ghost in hand, still returns with a 2, up from the side, Buzz is definitely dealing out, and dishing back that action straight at them. John Cutito shuts him down, gliding round, flashback. Doesn't quite dodge the flash in time, and he has got a lot to do in this spot to overcome, and there's a little bit too much at that.
Sen respond
Damn,
with a
we're
pistol
really
of
good at
their
pistols
own,
now.
bringing them into the lead again in this opening map. Really nicely played one too. The pathing from Zekken, I like it. The follow-up on the paranoia is great, and then also in this position, he's defended from A-Link. That cover stops him from being shot while he can focus on players in backside, and John trades people out in this round very nicely. Buzz needed to hit another world-class shot.
My fighting IGL.
Just couldn't quite find it in the moment. Pistols like that could end up making all the difference. Here you see a more traditional position from Flashback. Notice at the beginning of this round, the way that he was throwing the cam into B main early on. These cams, the one that's just above Zekken's head, these have huge value. That's why he's trying to break it in this moment as well. But we didn't really see John go for that. John was sitting really passive, so he didn't get caught by early round
It's
util.
right there.
Flashback's willing to take the risk. We'll have to see if Sen can punish it once rifles come online in later rounds.
DRX is going to be late to the party here, still holding for that util just in case there was a player catching that contact. Tens might be the mark that they were looking for still. He's got that rifle well trained, and the rest of his team in position, taking that space.
Oh, I was like, wait, is that wall bang?
Aggression just punished almost immediately.
A nice idea. Buzz got caught by a flash just as he was looking to try to take the fight. Here's the final player on DRX. Caught, taken down. Clean.
Yeah.
All of these weapons carried forward. Tens is going to be able to drop that Vandal and buy another one. So they should have plenty of damage in terms of their arsenal heading into round 3. Can Sen put together another bonus round? I say another. They haven't had one in this match yet, but against Gen G, 4 out of 4 bonus rounds converted.
It's insanity. You know, even the most consistent teams in the world don't really get them with that much. I mean,
Not at
every single one available, they just grasp. Now, see if they can do it again against DRX, the lone hometown heroes.
Not trying to run an early play there to punish Flashback.
Haven't cleared the cam either. Trip was a little bit too high, but does get broken in the end by that aftershock. And again, free reign over towards the side at second. It's already making sure to lead that one for his team. Very much the spearhead. Paranoia's be used, gliding its way out to push back some of these players as well, but time has been bought. Plan only just going down. Here's a fault line. Might be that punish in sight, not quite. In through the back though, not anticipating it. Section!
What?
Beaming them all down.
Okay.
A Spectre in hand still.
Oh
It's
my
even
god,
now.
it's lagging.
Versus
Because I'm
3.
50.
Rifles in a few hands as well. Yeah. Tens. Pixel angle. Full confidence in his own aim. The Paranoia just missing, sliding straight past Mako with the adjustment. Foxy 9 defusing. Needs to be spammed down. Few taps of the bullet shot. QT cannot find him. The 1 round just under the nose of John QT. Stays alive at least towards the end, but that's DRX essentially.
Holy shit, it's
They're
lagging
stealing it.
so bad.
Sen got themselves into a post plant there.
Hold up.
It was winnable, but they've also done really solid damage to DRX. DRX actually might even have to take an eco after this. Zekken got more value than you would expect, and yes, the trade-outs were good. I like the idea of throwing a trip, actually, from the retake team as well, so that the post-planners can't push that final diffuser. All right, DRX are not going to take an eco, but spoiler alert, 3 Guardians out to play. The economic damage coming out of that bonus is pretty huge.
It's very much pulling over towards the scraps. Now to double face over towards Buzz. He just cannot stand his ground against it. Mako willing to square up, but the aftershock out and away with a Prowler. Now the fault line. You can see the layers of the util is just a little bit too good.
Oh!
This was dodged by Zekken. Not enough though to win that fight out. Foxy 9 delivers a death blow, at least with a few stray bullets once more. And this is putting an immense amount of pressure in through the back of the site. Dart needs to try and help out these players and push them back once more. Foxy 9 with the aftershock. It is good. Sees now through the back once more. Sen trying to find these marks and targets potentially there. It's a rich environment. Sassy creeping, hopping over. It's watched by Bane. Can't win it. Damage done. The pre-fire onto the corner. Immaculate. In the motion, 2v2. Bullet still remaining. Sassy can make a play with it, but opting to back away and go for the reload.
TenZ has spike.
Now they're going for the refight. TenZ does have the spike. If the Haunt maybe went a little bit deeper, I think they would have gone for this one, but they got to watch every angle just in case. Flashback's lurking. In through behind. TenZ now planting in for that backside control. Real uncomfortable post plant for Sentinels. Shots that they hit and bullets exchange through the walls. No kills. Yeah,
Hyper roll.
And down. Skewered in place. That's Sassy.
Stand in it, stand in it.
I don't think he
Dude,
even
I think it looks
realized
so
that
ugly.
second player
The
was there.
fucking pose.
You saw him flick his crosshair away and then double take. Wait, did I just win the round?
Yeah.
All of that prior damage done. The Guardians were actually still hitting though for DRX. 3 kills, all coming from the Guardians in that round. Nice reposition towards the end from TenZ. You saw that?
Yeah, he did. Definitely looked away. I mean, listen. Better lucky than good.
Guys, we need to dumb this down.
We need to dumb this
Okay,
down.
we're not going to hear the exact strat, but prep for something dumb coming up. Now, I think what he means by that is keep it simple, right? Not necessarily stupid, but just go for the execs. They're not able to hold on. Fall back into some classic B post plants as long as they don't have, you know, massive ults to be able to work with. And that's what Sentinels have gone for. They've already done massive eco damage across their bonus, and now following up in round 16.
No.
Making sure that they can use some of that util. Here's an overdrive offloaded again, but Rolling Thunder used in kind. There was no tap there onto the spike to force it out early.
1
And just opted to use that one
HP
themselves. Just hearing these.
What?
Oh! What is that? Shock darts rebounding. Foxy9 now diffusing, sticking. Needs to be defended, but the bullet spam again. Right in through the smoke, just finding all sorts of targets, but just Bane left alive despite the heroics. And not enough to do it. Be able to get some damage, and it is nice. With a 4-piece to finish.
Oh, that
But
was so
still another
close.
round accrued, added to the
That
tally
was
for
way
Sen.
too close.
I could not tell you how Baines
No.
managed to get a 4K in that round. Where did the shock dart come from?
I don't know. I
How
don't know
was
if we
there
dumb it
so
down.
much follow-up? A double kill from that. All right, but as you say, fairly irrelevant when all things are down. Take a look here in the replay and see what happens. 1 HP they're brought down to. So just a huge amount of damage from Buzz's ult. Followed up with a shock dart. Okay, but as I say, somewhat irrelevant at the end of the day because Sentinel's economy is flourishing, and now we get the rifle round. Sen,
Comes down
oh,
to...
that's missed.
Yeah, that's supposed to land onto the wire.
At the end of the day, it
Awkward.
doesn't matter too much. Again, wasn't clearing out any positions that Haunt didn't.
My fingers smell like pho.
And still with full control. Over towards mid. DRX looking to at least contain it. Got a crossfire setup, at least they did. It's now just down to Buzz. He's the one who's got to hold this one down. I might be calling for some backup.
No.
Here, second. Squares up, faces the challenge. Buzz is dropped in that head-to-head.
Who am I cheering for?
What
I'm
an
cheering for
electric
some.
entry.
For my pickums.
Stage up top. Smoke in the face. John QT's desperately hunting for an
Oh.
ult. It is precarious, but barely escapes of his life. 3 straight bullets not enough. Not a nightfall. Up and around Bane. Taking the peak, swinging wide. Does
No
win it now against
way.
Sassy. Flashes again. Overwhelming out through the back. This is Bane still helping him out. Dart up and over. It's going to be broken in the end. Spraying him down. Second. It's a menace right now. It's an absolute menace. But Foxy9 just cannot bring it over the line.
These rounds are coming down to the wire. Sentinels trying to control the chaos. You heard it from Zelsis earlier on. Trying to keep things simple, and yet there's multi-kills going all over the place. Bane followed up from his success on the eco by being able to get a couple there that were massive, and Foxy9 almost managed to accomplish the impossible. But it's Zelsis who stands strong, and Zekken delivering far more than should be asked of him so many times.
That we did it, baby.
You can feel that, man. The vibes. Flourishing for Sen.
And another eco for DRX. Their economy's been a massive problem for them on the defense side.
In shambles.
Ever since kind of snowballing off that bonus, which DRX did manage to actually prevent Sen from winning that round, but at what cost? They've just never been able to get their eco online since.
Taking too much of a knock.
Oh.
That pressure out over towards A as well, DRX. As we've been saying, the economy's not good for them right now into this round. They want to shore up the A site with bodies. Praying it might be enough for them, but okay. It actually is still. Shots rattled from the Sheriff. Unable to claim that kill. Tens is
What the?
There's no way still alive.
How's he alive?
Backs himself away.
No
They want
way.
nothing to do with it now. Too many signs of life from the DRX players. And they've realized it entirely. Flashback.
Oh, shit.
Desperately trying to retreat and try and shore up the defense over towards B, but John QT's already snuck his way in there.
They already know where all 4 players are. They know that there's nobody on the B site, and John, he has to not over-push this. If he gives it away, it's disastrous for Sen.
It doesn't want to give away the gun here. Still in through. It's going to be ults committed. DRX
No.
is called and asked for. Answered by Buzz and Bane.
Ah.
Dynamic as a duo.
Okay, save,
and a
save,
clear
save, save.
path to success instantaneously.
Tens.
With an ult here for Tens.
He can pick the spike up.
They're trying to stack it. 3 bodies. Is it going to be enough?
No way.
Beautiful by DRX. What a sick play.
No, I'm just... Wow, they went for that.
Can't believe one of those for so long. 3 bodies surrounding
Sen
the
went for
spike.
that. That's crazy.
Tens can do naught but watch this round tick away.
Oh God.
Great awareness of what was going on in that moment from DRX. That's sick.
These 2 teams are pushing each other to the brink, it feels like, in terms of the decision making.
And it's all very rapid, right? The tempo
Yeah.
of this game has gone up dramatically. If Zelsis wanted to try to simplify things a little, it might be beneficial to run some slower rounds. But with the Neon in the mix and the way that Second is trying to entry by just knocking his head through brick walls, it feels like Sen are always playing a high tempo and then DRX are matching them.
As we saw, that wrist does pay off for DRX.
Oh,
but now
shit,
Sen, they
okay,
go full
okay.
throttle.
Oh,
Already
shit.
catching kills. Reveal up through the back, Foxy 9. Potentially no
No.
one for this world. And yes, ran down with a follow-up damage as Sassy. Running gun. Here but Bane does return the fire. Turns the kill for the trade. Buzzes straight back and through. Tens up
Oh,
and
that
over.
is so awkward.
Drop in, and now it is getting messy. Dart has to be dealt with. It's just in time. They'll reveal onto these players, but still anchoring strong. Bane needs to lock and hold it down. 3-piece. Tens. In that 1v2, he knows the drone is coming forward.
No way.
2-piece forwards. Flashback.
No
Has his
way.
teammates back.
We are fully in the mud already today. These rounds are absolutely bonkers. A timeout.
That
call for
sounded
Sen,
like
yes,
the
and
most
I think it's
British
the
thing
right
I've ever-
decision to go for.
It's got to be a slap on the wrist, I think.
Honestly, the fast play, it worked. It's a cool strat. The Horn got big value. Zekken's entry was marvelous too. Buzz overheated there.
Yep.
It all just came down to these 2 frags from Bane. Being able to stop John Cutie and Zelsis trading that out over towards A-Link defines the round, but even though the
Time out?
high tempo
Okay.
scrappiness is not necessarily causing the problem or is the problem for Sentinels, I think just slowing the pace down a little here would be beneficial, honestly, for both teams to try to grasp some sense out of this match again.
Yeah, I was all too ready to praise, I think, both of these teams for being quite smart in their play. It's high tempo, but they were
Yeah,
taking
that's fun.
pauses at the right time and making
He's
sure
like,
it was all
both teams
synced
are
up. And
dumb.
if they did make an aggressive play, that last round threw it out the window a little
Yeah.
bit. That tells me that as it gets closer and closer to that finish line, that 13th round for either of these squads, it's getting a bit more frantic, which is probably why we are seeing this Sen timeout here. You are right, slowing it down, Josh. Might be the right call to be made. If you want to keep it simple, you can definitely do that with a nice slow default off the rip if you are Sentinels.
Zekken might be feeling like he's got a hot hand here and trying to increase the pace just for himself. 22 kills
He's owning.
across 20 rounds right now. Clearly the top fragger in the map.
Set the stage nicely for Sentinels to get a lot of these rounds here. Still holding on to the lead of 2. Their own map pick.
Buzz looking to try to contest over towards B. Spots out Zekken, decides not to. Trick
Whoa.
broken. You see
Cheeky.
a lot of these Sovas have great lineups like that.
Fucking nerd.
It only matters really though if you're going to go for that mid-round mid-push. Or late-round mid-push.
All grouped up through B main by Sen, but second guessing themselves.
They haven't gone for the ult orb onto Zelsis.
That's why I put my trip
Perhaps hoping that they can
inside.
get that post-plant ult orb up. Just by Zelsis driving the spike into the ground. It's slow from Sen. I mean, I think this is absolutely what Kaplan's told them to do, is slow the pace down. But at this point, they're not really accomplishing too much because they haven't taken any elbow control or pushed Mako off his line. They do have B main and mid, so it's not completely passive from Sentinels yet, but hard to see where they're looking to end unless this is a B split.
It's pings for a smoke out through market, so I think it will be that B split that you were talking about.
But now Sassy
the trouble is, it's too little util. It just feels like a fake, and I think that DRX know this one. They're still going to be holding it down. 3 players now anchoring over towards the B side. The camera catching that contact, and the other players taking up residence out through market and now in through their site. It's all about how they deal with this one. Beautiful stun, that's Buzz, trying to make the most of it. Up and through, not expecting a flashback was
What
there.
the?
And holding all the angles, smokes, spam through, 1 out.
What the fuck just
5
happened?
alive, a flawless finish, and it brings DRX up to 10, now 1 step away from equalizing.
Sick awareness from Bane as well, knowing that they wouldn't use the recon dart,
Oh
wouldn't
my
need
God,
it. Threw
that's
it
crazy. He
into
clicked on
Narnia,
him.
send it over to Bind there. DRX crossfires though,
What the fuck is that
clearly
trip?
enough to be able to deal
What
with this.
the
I
fuck
think
is that trip?
I think you're dead right, Red. I don't think
No.
that Sen had put enough pressure over
No,
towards
what the
A
fuck
to
is that
drag the
trip?
rotates and make that winnable.
What the fuck is that
And
trip?
while we were talking about the DRX economy being a problem, the whole third quarter, now Sentinels are finding themselves in this loop of rifle round, eco round, rifle round, eco round. They need a big play here, either an individual or a strat to pull out that can right the ship, because DRX are making a very strong comeback on defense.
It's our first game of playoffs, of course, but that's what everybody's set their sights on to. Early days still so far. Essentially that midway point of the tournament. Mako is going to be challenged here. A lot to be asked of him, but I think with the fault line connecting, he's just going to be using the CPs to get the hell out of there. Yep. Damage done, spraying
No
away. It's
shit.
barely just cutting him up. Enough for him to stay alive here, all in Thunder, though. It is committed, and this is an abundance of util.
Ah.
Used out here. Very much all in by Sentinels, and they need to come up with the damage and the goods, but already that counter util comes out swinging. DRX with the stun to supplement the defense. These players have not been dealt with. Tens does cut itself up, just can't land it as well, even when he was trying to control his aim down. With the smokes dissipating, open angles, and the spike in the middle of nowhere. With no weaponry really to speak of here for Sen.
Last player standing.
The
30
round's
seconds
chalked. DRX have maintained control. And the 4 players that stay alive have got to credit this round win to the one who died. That shot from Mako was outrageous.
Alright, boys, time to lock in. No more trolling.
He got hit by the breach ultimate. And you might think that's a huge investment for Sentinels. Clearly a mistake based on them losing the round. But they had an opportunity here to clean up Mako, clean up Foxy9 until that happened. Shot in the back of the head, putting down Zekken. How has he done that? I mean, he's stunned up. I guess it's just a cosmetic stuff. That's got to be a tilter. Because Sen invested a big ult into that. They'd like it back at 11-11.
This round is so damn important now. The money stretched thin, really, for Sen. At this point, as we've already said, it's 11-11 DRX. Found that footing and more. Money flourishing. They don't have to worry about it for any point now of the regulation of this map. Stuns ricocheting through.
He's under the trip.
Even, yeah, he's just got straight past that one, but it does just chew up and tag up onto John QT. He's going to go down to the kill trip as well. It's revealed all of them. Down, up and over. Buzz will fall and drop in the end, but Bane is right back at him. Able to help him out with the trade. It's all just gone to pot right now for Sen.
Sen throwing systems.
Tagged up Tens. Doesn't stand a chance there. TPs to try and at least obfuscate where he might be going, but it's tag still in his face.
Holy
Dodging the
fuck.
flash, but not enough. Crossfires.
Holy fuck.
Set up all about. DRX now just need to take that one more step.
DRX's
OT,
defense on B
please,
is
please.
so much more effective than what we saw from Sentinels when the sides were swapped. The cages, the trips, all finding value, allowing them to play for backside control, and the flood that comes in from the rest of DRX to support onto flashback is fantastic. Sen can't really get through. They're trying to break the trips, but they still get caught by both of them, and they're never taking backside. Can Sen pull out something to get us into OT here?
Stray bullets going to be exchanged. No kills. Adjustment by Buzz with the shot.
Good info, but Buzz picks up a rifle now.
That's the benefit of being rich.
There are many benefits to being rich.
Oh, of course. We won't get into it. Smoked up though, through the face. Buzz is still going to try and be rooted to that spot here, mid-exploration. Needs to be value from this from Sentinels as well. To Crossfighters being held from either side. If Foxy overextends a little bit, no, just looks away. There are gaps to be found, but Sentinels have to be brave enough to just step over it. Instead, it's Foxy9 tearing them to pieces.
Bruh.
Drops his idol. Zekken was up next.
No
On
way.
through the chopping block, and he might have just done enough. 3 left to stand for Sentinels to pull it back from the brink. There's 40 seconds left in the round, which is some time to work with, but again, they don't have the players and not even really the weaponry at it. Walking their way through its contact plays to see if they can get themselves in for the front of the site. Celsius sticking. Sees
Okay,
the
nice,
damage
nice,
on
nice,
Qtino,
nice.
Domes it. And Bane's also dropped in the process.
Nice.
Back.
Okay,
No longer
nice.
for this world. They're doing it and pulling it back.
Nice.
DRX
Nice.
cannot afford to lose this situation. This was a 5v3. It's crumbled away from them. Foxy9, the player who managed to get those 2 openers, is now asked alongside Mako the veteran to do the most. How do you crack into this B main post?
Aftershock still for Celsius too. Time pressure is mounting. You can already hear it. The spike is ticking. Foxy9, straight flash, but he needs to get half, and he needs it now.
The stick.
That's the only wink on Foxy9. He's got it at least, but tagged up, stuck up. Mako, spam!
Nice,
Straight.
let's go.
He will not survive.
Let's go.
Overtime.
OT.
It's almost preordained, man.
Switching sides.
That is the miracle that Sentinels were looking for.
OT,
5 rounds lost in a row.
baby.
A 3v5, losing your 2 hottest fraggers.
30 seconds left.
And John has recovered it off the back of Sassy's support. A kill, a nightfall,
Oh
John pushing
my
into
god.
backside.
That's my fragging IGL.
And they've somehow pushed things to overtime.
Insanity.
Thank God, dude. Okay,
Sen
no more
now get a
trolling.
chance on their defense.
No
The
more
sides
trolling.
will flip. Sen were playing super passively over towards B. They stacked 4 players A in a lot of the rounds. They're not changing things too heavily up here. Still 3 players defending over towards the A side. John set up slightly further forwards. And Ten's anchoring.
Just towards the tail end, I think, of the attack side rounds of DRX, where they spotted that mid was the weakness in the setups for Sentinels.
They also thought, though, that market was the weakness.
Shot got through, wall up and over. That's a paranoia to help Buzz out as well. He's going to be trying to make this play happen. Stuns, ricocheting. Strong QT can still hold his ground, but he's being swarmed.
No.
Not expecting that position. Flashback, rapid onto it, but Buzz has been cleaned up through the back of the site. Tens is no more.
Look at all those pings on the map.
4v3
Holy
for
shit.
DRX. Don't know where Buzz was going, but his team's still at a player advantage. If they get this, Foxy's 1 away from his Rolling Thunder. It's a hard enough retake to pull off anyway, even without the breach ult.
DRX are fully aware. Just have to play there live. The util is avoided. The TP by Mako is cheeky if he opts in. Fakes it. Tap from Zekken. No full committal. They're scared of the mid flank. Fault Nine's there. Snap back. An adjustment from Bane with the rifle in hand. Dropping Celsius. Sass is going to do so much more now, but already that time, and now the mid lurk. It's what they were anticipating, expecting. They know that nobody's on it. DRX should have done this. Into that 1v1. Circle shrinking. Sassy forced to stick. And flashback.
Damn,
Handed
NT.
down. An absolute slam dunk finish.
DRX have another map point. They found that hole again. Up through mid. The way that John is playing around mid and market, he's not aware of these timings. He either needs more support or a little more awareness of how DRX are going to be putting pressure towards market and mid at the same time.
Yeah.
And a beautiful identification of the holes once more in Sentinel's defensive setup. DRX have found the answer, at least to get things, to have an opportunity to win the map. As yet to close out.
That point.
But it took a miracle from Sentinels to put 1 on the board on their attack side.
Flash clearing. Celsius going to be vacuuming up the orb. Slow and steady though. Might be leaving a player in B main inserted, or might just opt in to go for over towards the A site. Sassy was tagged up in the midst of all of that. I believe by the drone down through mid, wanted to break it as well to threaten like his team was taking mid control.
Definitely feels like they're getting set up for a B split here from DRX's point of view. Of course, the intention.
Oh.
Made. Mako. Hearing most of this one, even sent the stun flying, a little bit of a precaution there from Foxy9. Trouble with the A side is as well, you have to kind of take it into these 2 waves. DRX, they have the defenders. Final bastion of players as well. They're going to cement themselves to the spot as well, but it's fakes on fakes because guess what? Tens, he didn't give up B main control this entire time.
DRX have heard them leaving, but Buzz, I don't think fully
30
confirmed that.
seconds left.
Haunt over. Bit of peace of mind here for SEN. They're going to be trying to make their moves now out through market again. It's just fakes on fakes, but I think this is just indecision, hesitancy.
Fakes on fakes. What the fuck is happening
You have
here?
to make a play in. I
What
mean,
am I
DRX is still
looking
in
at?
position. They're going to be able to put you down, follow through with the rifles in hands as well. It has to be mechanical ability. You're down to 12 seconds. But still these players holding tight, close up, cutting them, traded on site. Foxy 9, spamming, spraying, praying away. Timeouts to be stuck in tent. He holds it down. Foxy 9, barely alive. In the double digits, but no more, no
Oh
long.
my God,
That's
dude.
13-13. And talk about cutting it close for SEN, man. That is absurd.
Sen look completely scrambled.
Yeah, I don't know
These
how the
attack
fuck
runs
they
that
won
they put
that.
together
That's
in round
crazy.
24 and 26 are nothing short of miraculous. They shouldn't be getting them across the line. When you're running in with only 15 seconds left into a stacked A site, DRX should be able to come out on top of that, and yet the Sen, I don't know, the Sen rifling mostly, being able to come out on top. The trading was decent, but I don't think they're going to be able to put together rounds like that too often. It feels absurd that they've managed to do.
Yeah, it's just not consistent. Change up from Sentinels though. Opted into that B main control, at least early on. Trying to use the smokes as well to hold and lock this one down out through market. Here's a battle, and here's a skirmish.
Ooh.
Celsius posture to push back, at least traded into play. Second,
Wait,
still
no.
damage and
What?
bullet, at least through Foxy 9. He might have done enough to play Tens. Back in.
Nice.
But
Let's
trade
go.
by it. Buzz didn't stand a chance. Gives Tens that perfect time with the reposition.
No!
Foxy 9.
Okay, nice, nice.
Not adjusted in time.
Down B.
Down to that 1v2. Heads appearing. Flashback has chances and opportunities, but the C's, no connection. Just out of range. Doubled up. Send the rifling. Surely does it. Winning it. 88.
Yeah!
Sassy.
Let's
Barely there in
go.
time.
A big one for Sassy to win.
Switching sides. Match point.
What a time.
He's so
He's
fucking
been struggling
successful.
towards the bottom of the scoreboard this map after an amazing champions. He's managed to put his team up to their first map point. DRX are going to take attack timeout. That was a very different defense setup. I've been talking about the fact that SEN need to change up their defensive
Gustavo, let's
positioning.
go.
Gustavo, let's go.
This time, they put Zekan and Zelsis hard anchoring inside market. They haven't done that basically the whole map. And then Tens is also in B main. Swap the Cypher onto the other side. A massive difference in the defensive setup that caught DRX completely off guard.
DRX forced to call a timeout at this point, though, when it comes to OT as well, all that prior conditioning. I mean, you can tell DRX are working off the prior information during the regular time. The fact that that market area, there was a hole for the Sentinels defense, but they shored it up. And at this point,
No, I think
playbooks
they
start
fixed
to
it
go
now.
out the window, conditioning starts to go out the window. Sometimes it just comes down to who can grasp it here and now.
And I'll
The
tell you,
opportunity presents itself.
in these big rounds late on, it's been Sentinels
It
who
has.
have been grasping those opportunities. I've been talking about the rounds as miracles, but they're also scrappy, chaotic moments where the players with more experience are coming out on top. And if you want to frame it that way, you're absolutely welcome to, because I think SEN have been able to drag close situations across the line from round 24 onwards. There's a will to win here for SEN that I'm not seeing just yet for DRX.
Time to work.
DRX are going to have to just win this round just to get another round, another go of OT. I believe for the first time in this map, SEN have now claimed the driving seat.
And also claimed an empty site.
Yeah, spam though, sprayed. That's Mako. Back for the short
There's a
angle.
trip,
Pure
there's a
instinct on
trip.
display there with that kill. Straight bullets
Oh,
to spam, only just connecting now to Sassy, spotting them out. Trips are going to be broken, but
Finally.
released down. And now might be that second wave of things. It's a Prowler stun into the corner. Looking to lay claim to the life of one of these DRX players. But now here comes the util. Flowing through. C's going to be used in kind as well. Pushing them back still. Player disadvantage here for SEN. A lot's going to be asked of them. One way into their face. Sassy stands his ground. Stalwart defender. Rips them apart now. Out through. And Mako just cannot withstand this. Flashback. And Bane drop down low. Decayed into the single digits. And Bane will be no more. It's a 15-13 finish to the opening
Yeah!
of this series. That
Thank God.
experience shining through.
What performance, what tenacity from SEN.
That was way too close of a
Winning
game,
the
though. I don't think
majority
she
of
should have
those
won that.
really close, scrappy rounds towards the end bodes well for them in the rest of this match.
It does, certainly does as well, but it just about take away their map pick. Up next, Haven. Don't go anywhere, you know, you don't want to miss it.
It's my superpower. Dude, I meant to queue a fucking I forgot what I was saying. I meant to queue up a hyper roll game. Is it Zelsis? No, that's Coach Kaplan. Right? I can't fucking see. Wait, Nightmark is out? Nightmark it out or not? I don't know. Holy shit, I'm top 3. Somehow. I'm fucking dying, dude. Wait, is Night Market out yet? Night Market. August 15th. It's tomorrow. Okay. Let's go SEN question mark. If SEN wins and they play... Where's my pick'ems? Here we go. If SEN wins... Okay, they play EDG or... I don't know who... What team even is this? I don't even know. On the 17th. Okay, 3 days. Wait, what team is that? Trace Esports.
Hey guys, GB down here with Coach Kaplan. Coach, congratulations on a hard-fought victory. Question on everyone's mind is, because I remember asking Zekin at the beginning of America's, will we see you play Neon? He gave me a little coy answer, and he finally did.
I remember.
Was this a pocket strategy you guys have held on throughout the season, or was this something you're like, screw it, let's just bust it out now?
It's definitely something we've worked on. I mean, we bounce around with different things, and we have a few options, and we're feeling pretty comfortable this tournament, just surprising people and jumping for it, and he was confident whipping out the Neon. So, yeah, he did a really good job with it.
Yeah, no, it definitely paid off. How's your blood pressure right now after that OT?
Really high, but I try not to show the players because I need them to stay calm.
I respect that, brother. I respect that. Back to y'all.
Fantastic insight there from Coach Kaplan. And let's take a look at how Zekin dominated on that map, on that Neon in the Verizon high-speed moment. He talked about how they prepared to surprise people. Was it a good surprise?
I think it was. I mean, we saw Zekken play earlier in his career some of this agent, but this is the first time this year he's committed to playing on the Neon. And I think, well, there were some moments that got sloppy. Overall, Sentinels had a lot of good ideas cooked up on this Neon. They had a lot of specific ideas on the attacking side for these really fast-paced site executes built around what he can do. And I think he looked really comfortable on the agent individually.
I think that sometimes there were some mistakes in positioning, maybe going to aggression, but I think that it is justified because of the ecosystem and everything that was around it. I think that the plan was also very, very different, but we can see it in the stats right now. Zekken had a very, very good map. Even though the score is like this, Buzz did diff Zekken. They ended up 8-3, so we're gonna give him that. He did deal with him.
Absolutely. And on the defensive side, I think you saw a lot of the value too from this Neon for Sentinels. Those really fast rotations meant that Zekken was almost always in the right place at the right time, which I think was especially important because Sen was playing a lot of these rounds where they had one really heavy strong side and had like a solo anchor having to do a lot on the other.
Yeah, let's talk about that attack side as well, because as soon as the side switched, the fact that Sentinels were able to build up such a great lead right off the bat gave them a great shot of winning this map.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that also DRX woke up a lot in the second half. We saw a Buzz that was a lot more in the game, and especially going into the next one, that is something that we need to happen from the beginning. It got to an overtime, but the plan at the end, and how calm were Sentinels in this kind of situations where things are not going the way, the round is not looking like yours, and then you win a 3v5.
When this team lifted the trophy in Madrid, I think the biggest talking point was about how good the team play was and how quickly they reacted to what their opponent was doing. I think that dropped off at times, not finding the right rotations, the right call in the mid-round when they were struggling in Stage 1 and to an extent in Stage 2 of Americas as well. But now here I think we see them back in form, calling the right pauses in the mid-round to group up and go for this fight, constantly having the right reactions to what DRX was doing and keeping their composure in a game that was really close, where DRX was really pushing them, which is so huge for the Sentinel squad to be back in form.
Honestly, I would take it one step further than just pushing them. If I were DRX, I would be distraught to throw away that 5v3 lead, Kakuka, when they could have just
that was crazy.
1-0 up into Haven.
I think that anybody that watches back that round, and we were commenting it on the green room, it really looked like they thought it was done. It's a 3v5, it's a 5v3, we have, this is over, we can go on to the next one. We managed to bring it back. And it's actually that resilience and actually Sentinels always thinking about the answer to that specific situation that took him that far. We knew that this was going to be a very close encounter, so I'm happy that we got the OT.
Yeah, and let's take it back and send it to Golden Boy once again and see what Coach Termy had to say ahead of Map 2.
Hey everyone, here with Coach Termy as well as Jen for translations. Coach, hard-fought game there in Map 1. What are you telling the boys and how confident are you going in to Map 2? But what are you telling the players to help them with their confidence going into that map?
센티넬과 접전을 펼쳤던 1세트였는데요.
Jen is so pretty.
DRX도 강점을 많이 보여준
She slays every outfit.
보여준 것 같습니다. 일단 선수들이 헤이븐을 앞두고 자신감은 어느 정도인지도 궁금하고, 그리고 좀 감독님께서는 선수들에게 어떤 얘기를 해주셨는지 궁금합니다.
일단 선셋 같은 경우는 저희가 경기를 치르면서 조금 더 침착했더라면 이길 수 있는 경기였다고 생각을 하고, 당연히 첫 세트가 끝나고 나서는 선수들에게 조금 더 침착하자는 얘기를 했었고요. 헤이븐은 저희가 준비하는 과정에서 충분히 자신 있을 정도로 올려놨기 때문에 무조건 이길 수 있다고 보고 있습니다.
Well, in terms of Sunset, I feel like it could have gone our way if we stayed calm. So I told the players to stay more calmed and collected, relax a little bit, take it slow. And when it comes to Haven, it's a map that we've heavily prepped, and we're really, really confident in how strong it is. So it's going to be a good map for us, for sure.
I think it's going to be a 2-0 or 2-1.
Well, thank you very much, GB and Coach Termy. This is the thing. They have to be confident going to the next one because this is their map pick.
They do, and what he said in that interview, I think, is worrying to an extent about some of that
Why
confidence.
would you ban
They're
a
going to
bit?
struggle on map
Such
1
a
because
good
the
map.
last time we saw DRX play Haven was their debut map versus Crew, where this team looked out of sorts.
Just say bad.
Yeah, bad. They were great in Pacific here, and they got crushed by Crew. And I think it was all about the mental and the rookie players showing up on this stage and not having it on that map 1. They did bounce back, but now they only have one map to stay alive there.
Yeah, and this is their map pick. It's not that it has crushed their confidence. Definitely, you have not exposed anything that you had ready on that map because it was a 13-2. You wanted to surprise. We were thinking, why is the Abyss not the pick here? Is it because of the read that Sentinels might have onto you? Because because you're going completely blind into what they can do. Now you can only
No,
focus
they
on this
should
Haven
they should have gone
and
a bit.
doubling
That's
down
the
on
port.
the
Double
Neon.
Neo, I like this, but this is still a risky pick, right? DRX, they
Wow.
even banned it the last time against Fnatic.
I love these Neon looks, though. We've seen other teams in Americas playing it, so I'm sure Sentinels has faced this comp in scrims. On the attack side, you can beat the pace of a lot of these lobby control ideas that DRX love to show. Zekin is fantastic individually on this agent, and this is also likely going to throw off some of the prep for this Korean squad.
Yeah, there's going to be, of course, a lot of action on A. I think that this holds a lot of resemblance with the crew match because one of the pivotal
I feel like
points
they're
for
so
them
true right
not
now.
being able to do almost anything
Like,
in the
they
map
have-
was
they have-
Kesnet playing on that Neon. If they are
They
able
have
to
time.
replicate that, this
They're
could
not
be a
in
tool for
eliminations.
Sen crush Genji to even make it to the playoffs. And now throwing a spanner in the works in map 2 against DRX here. They could take down both Korean squads and move on.
All right, over to you, Brian and Sideshow. Have fun.
Definitely looks like it's going to be a series that I think delivers on multiple levels here, because as well, I mean, all this talk about a map pool as well, it's weird that we've landed at Haven as a map, considering both of these teams haven't been confident in the past, but in DRX's case, they did get run over, as the desk was mentioned.
They say
by
confident
Kesnet
or
on Neon.
competent?
They just absolutely steamrolled.
Yeah, I'm thinking to Termi's interview that he just gave there with Golden Boy and Jen, and he was gassing up the fact that they're super confident on Haven. They banned it recently. They got destroyed by Crew. Abyss was the obvious pick here, but it looks like they were scared that Sen had it as a trap. Sen have never shown it. So now we get this clash. And DRX will be hoping that that Neon pick for Zekin doesn't end up doing the same stuff that Kesnet did.
So counter with the fault line as well. Attempted to punish that one with the cam being broken. That is the goal, just to try and push back that impact the Zekin might have. Stuns, ricocheting, rebounding. The smoke's already popped up into the faces, but the blinds are still good for it. Gonna try and dominate these smokes, getting into the angle. Shot down to clear all these possibilities, but it comes down to
Wait,
just
damn.
Marco 1v2. Difficult
Don't
scenario,
throw
jumping,
again.
spotting
Don't
Celsius.
throw.
Tons of the information to try and set up tens. Round, hopping, skipping, looking for the easiest. Fights here, isolated Mako. He's still alive. And Celsius,
he's gone.
Scurries away. Doesn't want any part of that fight there, not when it just goes all topsy-turvy.
Mako is going on the long flank around as well. This could actually come down to who just
This
gets
is
the jump
so
on the other.
scary.
A pure timings game, a read of where somebody might end up being. But this pathing is so unusual. It's going to be weird for both players in this spot.
Celsius is going to be feeling uncertain.
What the? No way.
Yeah, Mako. He's gone around the world, around the map at this point, trying to play into the unexpected nature. Celsius will go down to a couple of stray shots here, and it's all about if he just sets his sight onto it, but he reveals his hand early. Smoke, it's dropped down, 21 health. Again, stray bullets could just cause it. Defeat in the moment for the pistol. Mako would have to be that 3-piece!
No!
And it is!
No! They did
For
throw.
the pure
They did
elation
throw
of the crowd. It's
again.
a
No
pistol
fucking
round
way.
here for DRX.
Less than 2 seconds
Oh
available.
my god,
And Mako
dude.
takes it across the line. I've got to think that Celsius didn't understand how weak Mako was in that spot. Didn't see exactly who done damage to Mako over the course of the round. But if Celsius had landed a couple bullets himself, he wouldn't have that info relayed to him by the rest of the team. Just with these kind of jump shots, just as confident to know that only 21 health remains on the IGL for DRX. Because at that point, a stun, a right click, and Mako's done so.
Nobody told
Red
him?
Bull clutch pulled away.
We knew it was going to be a big ask. Some of the vets on TRX. Mako and Buzz to step up. To take it straight to them. I mean, Buzz right there. That is so precarious.
The short range headshot with the Outlaw.
There's a lot that could go wrong.
Zekin did manage to get the better end of Buzz on Sunset. I mean, just outperforming, outvaluing. But Buzz has been outrageously good so far. The last month, it's been bonkers from him.
Yeah, top-notch form. I mean, looking like one of the best players in the world heading into the event.
Yeah. I mean, 1 KPR versus Fnatic on map 1, 1.2 KPR on map 2. He wiped them away.
The fuck is
If you allow Buzz
KPR?
to get rolling,
Kills
and if you
per
put him up
round.
on the on this defense side is going to get tough for Sen. Very tough.
He's already building up to it with that Outlaw. Definitely feel it, but
also quite a lot of respect given too, right? DRX not having anybody that just keeps the pistol into this round. So These are going to be the weapons they keep to the bonus.
Yeah, with that investment. Let's see if he's up over the top here. Tens has potentially found himself a slight gap, but no, players are just weaving in and out and around him. Will he be able to get away with the gun? Not quite. So,
if he got that
Tonight
gun
puts him in
though.
his place.
Sassy going around the world as well.
No! If he didn't,
Good cleanup. Only one player is going to be ecoing in this round for DRX. Otherwise, a bonus that's got some bite.
They needed this beginning, I think.
Yeah. I was about to say, it's tough to know who should be expected to be a favorite in this map.
Right.
DRX have been better if you look at what they've done on Haven all year. But recently, that game against Crew just sticks in your mind.
Yeah.
If they can shrug that off and get back to their normal performance, it should be a really good map for them, like Tony
Oh
was
my
talking
god,
about.
he's 2-0. I want to sleep.
He's got to be careful here because already A short control, relatively lost. He's got to hear this drone now and should be calling some form of backup. Very deep committed smoke as well. Drone only just being broken. DRX happy to give this one up actually for the retake. So it's pulled a lot of util out of SEN, anticipating that they could be anchoring.
I like that clear as well. Great stun that Zekken throws out. Tens teleports up to punish anybody that might be tucked short. They've clearly put some thought into these Neon execs, same as Sunset.
Celsius just sidestepping most of his util, not a paranoia up and over. That's a dash! Committed, a
Wait,
bit
what?
confident and overconfident by Buzz himself, still locking down the angles. Zekken will have a hard task, at least with these players, dodging and weaving up and around.
Both there, both there.
Flashback for that kill. Celsius trying to avoid
Yeah.
this one up and around the cage.
Let's go.
Just follows the trail loosely. Damaged under these SEN players, definitely a little bit messy.
Damage done to the economy, absolutely true. 2 rifles were all that Sentinels managed to escape with there. But only 1 Bulldog needs to be bought, and Celsius is getting pretty close to his Rolling Thunder. So I don't think this is as bad as it might first appear for SEN. Celsius, speaking of him, that aftershock that he used in post-plan basically won them the round. The whole point for DRX there is that they're supposed to explode in off the retake, follow up on the buzz. They couldn't manage it. Celsius there reaching for the trophy in real life as well.
Aggression by DRX though, that's a stun. And a dash from Buzz to try and play off of it! Ludicrous!
You can't be hitting those!
Getting away with a spray transfer one fully stunned.
Onto 2!
Yeah, it's definitely a day of first, mate. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. And Sassy with a re-exploration, he's seeking to offset that disadvantage, but DRX, they come right back at them with that firepower.
And a great set play to crunch onto A lobby as well. Buzz wasn't shooting against people that were shooting back in that spot. He was shooting against people that were blinded up, stuffed into a corner. And yet, it's still so impressive, the mechanics on display there. Here's that paranoia thrown out from Mako, but the follow-up from Buzz,
That's
genuinely
crazy.
unbelievable.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Even
He
just
was
on the dance is
stunned.
amazing, but then to catch second.
That's ridiculous. I do love a good delayed A lobby fight.
If you let this guy get rolling, he could walk all over Sen. Zekken's got to be able to match him pound for pound. And with the hero rifle in his hands, Sen putting their trust in the young superstar.
What day is it? It's Wednesday.
See if he can get that ball rolling, but wasn't offered any players, Mako. Got a feeling that that's leaning over towards B as well. Bullets landing, not dropping him though. Dodging around. Just the drone is going to be used up and over. Dart through the back as well. Big reveal. The posturing sent away. Now looking to lean there. He's taken to the C side. Flashback is there, ready. Does have the rifle towards the back, but is it going to be trained well enough?
No!
Tens, just in time, but is traded. And Zekken's here. Right for play. Needed a reign supreme.
John's picked it up.
So a bit of recycling occurring here with a Rolling Thunder. Again, these DRX players
Nice.
do not escape. He's not the ire of that one. Buzz is right back into it. Trying to take
Oh,
that
nice.
Plenty of players that are weak, but Mako now is forced to concede up
he's
that
1
space and
HP.
concede the
Yeah.
round.
Thrifty for Sen to be able to pull out. They only had 1 Vandal to work with, and Zekken.
Hey, 1 minute is all you need, bro.
Cool macro idea as well, called by John.
Also Zekken,
Fake it
so.
to B. John had already taken the space in garage and was ready to break the trip, give that away as late as possible. But they did DRX dirty there, just taking them out one by one, slicing off a single player at a time, and then gathering up the guns as they went to pull off the MasterCard Thrifty.
It's a dangerous element, I think, of SEN's overall game plan. Not just game plan, I suppose. This was not really planned, but it's their ability to just jump on opportunities when they're presented them.
Absolutely. And that's what Buzz is trying to do at the end there as well, right? He's trying to find that timing back. Right before the neural theft comes through. Buzz, Blade Storm in hand. Gonna be popping that one and trying to get value out of it in this round.
I can't fucking play, bro.
Maybe working his way up to an operator.
Oh, revealed up. I don't know where Buzz is, at least with the Blade Storm as well. SEN quick scurry away into an opposite direction.
No trip over towards Garage here, completely clear. Double kill trip on site.
Just trying to play these players in as well, out through the back of the side as well. Stun, again, ricocheting cages. Needs to try and help out the anchoring players. As Flashback is going to try and get himself tucked into the corner. Once more gliding. Second. There's no more, despite the paranoia was quite good. Aftershock now will clear out this player. Flashback. It's a miracle that he even gets the one, but Mako just trying to break their ankles. The unexpected angle. Buzz is right there. Blade Storm. He's slicing and dicing. No kills there, but the damage done surely. Enough tens. Quick evacuation with the TP barely out of dodge.
They had 10 HP between them there, the final two players on Sentinels. 10s with the majority of that. Still only on 8.
A massive advantage still here for DRX, like you said. It's on 8 HP. Drone saved for a rainy day. Will clear through most of this one, so Tens could not play the off angle like he was hoping. Now just holding it. Shallow into the play.
Don't
ADS,
don't
pure,
ADS.
perfect precision, whatever you want to call it.
No!
Buzz is there, instantaneous with the
Ah.
trade.
For a moment, looked like Tens was posted on the right line, but Buzz is good for it. Takes that kill, takes the defuse. I don't think he's going to have enough money to be able to go for the operator, though. It looks like he might need to help out his mates. Tens was great trading out kills all throughout the site here. It was all that the DRX could do to hold on. Did manage to push things across the line.
Did well at least to give him an opportunity and a chance in that spot.
And actually, they've gone with a judge onto Flashback so that Buzz can have enough money to go for the operator himself.
Interesting.
So here comes the op.
Might not be expecting it.
They've smoked off their own op here to disguise the fact that Buzz is going to be playing in this direction. Normally, a smoke in this position means the op is not really going to be playing there. Why would the defending team want to smoke off their own operator? Just to disguise it and hope that Sen fall into the trap. They're not at all.
Trips.
Ah!
Chewing up second. Luckily, nobody onto the side to
Thank
play
God, thank
against
God.
it. But the spam and the bullets, yep. Raining them down onto the players. It's a narrow choke point that makes it very easy and orchestrated. John QT. Through the gut of mid, drops down the cage as well because he knows he's getting cleared by that drone. Had to evacuate.
He was in a nice spot to try to listen for any defensive rotates.
Right back to Buzz.
They don't have drone.
I get info. Now smoked off.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Buzz's life made that much more difficult. Contact plays by Sen going to be called on the back of it.
Meanwhile, John might try to make a play garage.
TP for the info. And John did try and make a play, punished. The judge in the hands of Flashback does work out, but Buzz is getting squeezed. But he's isolated one of the fight still, right from behind. Zekin tracking immaculate. He's been putting in the hours. Definitely
He's
shows.
putting in the
Celsius
hours.
will plant, they're going to push it back. So it's a 2v3 to get themselves back into this still. Disadvantage for Sentinels. Need picks. You're going to need them now. Open angles.
No
Smokes
spot.
fade.
I don't think they saw Foxy 9 in heaven.
Holding for the flank. It's a paranoia from DRX, sweeping its way through, dropping down, clearing most of the way. This is methodical by DRX. But again, it comes down to these opening kills. Util into their hands. There was a chance and opportunity here in the TP. Mako is covering this angle. Foxy 9 diffusing, sticking. It's already half. Has to lay claim to the kill, and he does just that. Beamed all the way through. Has to shock into the corner. Is it enough? Second survives the tap. Again, and needs to land it. The shot from Foxy 9.
Oh my god,
Just
Zekin!
Seconds just clutched that one up with 2 HP to his
Zekin!
name.
Where did his gun go?
What is
What
that?
what did he do?
Insanity that Zekken survives.
Multiple opportunities for Foxy to try to attack
Neon.
him with just a single bullet.
It's the neon.
The
You
whistle of a
don't.
bullet
You
going past
do
him
not
would
win
drop
that with
him to 2 HP.
anyone else. Maybe Jet
Foxy couldn't
or
quite
like
find the moment for it.
anyone with TP, but like
Zekken
still.
played around that perfectly,
It's
drawing
crazy.
him off the defuse. Zelsis also put the fear into him with that fault line. And Sen clutch 2v3. DRX, they've looked like a great team out today, but in the clutch moments, in the chaotic, scrappy spots, the Sen player quality is coming out to shine.
That resilience as well that definitely shone through in a Madrid run. That veteran quality that they have. Ready Buzz is just caught with his trousers down by the ankles there. He was way out into the open.
And that's the hero rifle finding no value. Smoked off though and recovered. Flashback picks it up, looking to do better. And DRX, they went for the flood defend in that previous round instead of trying to have Bane throw out his Hunter's Fury. It is still available, but he's posted up deep. They're constantly trying to get info on Sen early towards the A site.
They're not going to be able to hold on to this though. Bane's already stunned up. Darts and flashes. What a shot. He's holding down the line still. Rifles will make short work of these players.
I was gonna say Zelsis with the.
And the hero rifle was flanking the whole time.
Bad trip. Oh, no, no.
Well, they're giving away at least one of them's back here. He's trying to sound bait to make them forget about Mako. No, don't worry, guys. Really, it was only me, the Cypher. And he can also save this
No
weapon,
way.
hoping that someone falls into the lap of Mako. But this is Sen tying things up 4-4. DRX have got no chances left in this round.
Might be a good thing for DRX that they just walked into the trip too. Sen might not fix it.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a couple of different trips that you want to go for. That trip is actually still really good for defaulting over towards C and Garage at the start of the rounds. Because it still does block, like Buzz, if he wants to push up deep onto an angle in A lobby. It'll stop you know, getting pressured from behind.
Yeah.
But then when you go into A, you really want to be picking that trip back up and replacing it near the mid window. Because that stops that flank as you commit to the A side coming from behind. But to be honest, little details like that will very easily get lost in the middle of rounds where stuff like timing is much more important.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be sitting around messing with the utility if you have a split second you need to commit. DRX are going to take a tag time out here.
Pushed into the point where they do need some corrections. Part of it is that, you know, even when they've just given everything to get Buzz, this operator, into his hands, he hasn't been able to get value with it.
Yeah, and part of that was because they posted him over towards A short, and Zekken ended up jumping across the sight line. They smoked him off. They actually got that information he was playing A short when he could have had the value. He wasn't given a shot, though.
No.
There was no shot that was possible for him to take. You're never hitting a neon jump running across your screen on a tiny angle like that. So don't blame Buzz, but you're right in the sense that he does need to be getting value in order for this DRX defense to start running away. That's what Green Squad is banking on here, is Buzz having one of these blinding games. So where do you put him? Where will find the most value?
Especially if he's being mitigated. He's going to have to switch it up. They've tried to hide their intent, I think, by, you know, like we said, they put the smoke towards the back of A lobby, they put a dart in, it makes it feel like it's an A lobby fight. As you already mentioned, why would you smoke off your own offer? Hoping that somebody will walk into it,
but nobody did, and then they cleared him really effectively in the late round, even though they'd used drones. So, you know, if Sen are going to be really good at dealing with him on A, maybe you should be not putting him to fight short again, but that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Same play.
He's got Foxy 9 to at least break the dart. Cammed up, though. Hunter's Fury. Here's a play to be made. Rolling Thunder! Shooting ducks! To target practice now for Zekken. He's got plenty more players here.
Playing
Trying
aim
to make
labs.
the work happen. Paranoia. The playoff for DRX. Foxy 9 is inserted. Tucked up close into the corner position again, and a stray bullet spam back and away.
Ah!
Aim
Oh.
is beamed down by Sassy, and he
Ah! Oi!
grabbed it all the way. Sassy.
Okay. What the fuck just happened?
Monstrous
What
finish.
the fuck just happened?
Listen, could have gone either way with the way that DRX was shooting in those final moments.
Oh my
But he just
god.
about puts
I don't
the
know
ball
what
on it.
just.
I like the way that Sen took control of the smoke, and you're right, DRX started shooting back, but Sassy stepped up. He's had a great tournament so far. He had a very, very slow start to Sunset. And I was worried that today we might not see champions winning level Sassy.
Lift this if we try harder.
With the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how Sassy's getting resolved.
Oh my. And again, the economy takes a fall here for DRX. They're going to go for that delayed A lobby 5%. Not falling prey to it. Not again. Instead, working away over towards B now. Knowing that Yuta was used. Mako to be the potential of that timing. Stray shots rattled. Rolling Vonda committed. This is DRX using ults. From their weaker bar. Yeah, they're all the way through. Mako though will deliver at least the one and the second. He's made it potentially winnable.
Wow.
Ults being used potentially not in vain. Flash is good. Buzz trying to land his shots and potentially stay safe in through the back of the cyber bodies. Just poking out, opening up, gliding through. Spraying it all down. Sentinels now. It's full momentum on their side.
Sentinels.
They've got a great read on what the
Sentinels.
defense is doing. Even the magic from
My
Mako
Lysic's
can
on
stop
green,
that
so
round.
they better fucking win.
Sen go in, they fake the plant over towards B, bait out the Rolling Thunder on an eco round from DRX, and does it catch a single player? I don't think so. They were out of there so fast. Sassy picks up a beautiful lurk kill, and then straight through to C. They know it's open doors. Their attack calling at the moment is remarkably good. And this is looking like a map where DRX, I guess, have been banning it for good reason, at least in the game against Fnatic, because out here today, the scoreline makes it closer than it has been.
Buzz has got to get aggressive. Can't take it. Spots a few players, but
Wow.
surely not long for this
No
world.
way.
Dash is there, stunned up. It'll have to be a no-scope to survive.
No way.
Oh my! Buzz does not quite get out of there, but the
What
damage
the
is done.
fuck?
Painful strike back here to the Sentinel side. They thought that they had all the answers and options for it.
They had
Operator
full
retrieve flashback.
Oh, no, they're the same one.
Short work of John QT. Tens is still here, but not for long. Drop down to 30 HP. Jump in with the classic.
Wow.
Drops him back to that spectator seat. So, DRX, maybe that's the key to victory.
Buzz will give you those, I guess. You called it out. He needed a no-scope to be able to survive that situation, and hits it. He was stunned up. He couldn't scope in. What is this round? This is the value that they've been looking to try to get from the guy, but I didn't think it was going to come this kind of way. All of the ideas there are still good from Sen. They just get outplayed. So this is now making it possible for an even half. And I think that would obfuscate a little bit of how much Sen have been in control, but if DRX can get round 12, that's an amazing starting point.
Oh my god, that strain. Mako is going to get punished. The util in his hands was just too late. Overdrive, it's earned, and his tempo increased. DRX have been struggling to hold a candle to any of it. Buzz has got to drop players and will do so at that. Chops off their heads, and they know where the final few are. Inevitability now, rearing through. That is
That's crazy. I thought they were gonna win. Oh well, good huh?
2 slam dunk rounds to end the half. Completely upturn your expectations of what was going to go on. 4 in a row, dominant attacking from Sen, cut short at the end. And it's 6-6. Absolutely anyone's game. And those final 2 rounds from Buzz are remarkable. He's also just destroyed tens there.
Yeah. Play still went hand man. He's made short work of it, enough to make it even. Still anyone's game. An explosive series that we are being treated to.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Pretty good song. I have to do my Genshin and Honkai dailies. Oh shit, I still had Honkai running. No wonder I was fucking lagging.
on Haven, man. I mean, it's familiar scenes, honestly, to the beginning of Sunset, where we started out with DRX winning that pistol round, dragging it over the line, making it nice and even at 6-6 with a few gun rounds towards the end. Very familiar indeed. And the question is, will it kind of repeat the script, I think, as well? Because we were singing the praises of Sentinels for these pistol rounds and converting it. They've only showcased that at least once so far.
If they manage to win here, it would be dead even between them. But of course, this is an opportunity for DRX to subvert that and start off on a good footing themselves. I've loved watching the clash between the value that Buzz and Zekken have been able to grab today.
Yeah.
They've given us some electric rounds.
World-class plays occurring. This is SEN on their defense now.
Looking mostly set up to try to stop some kind of B pistol round from DRX. DRX, at least at the beginning, are going over and taking some long. This is what they were doing against Gen G in Pacific very regularly. They take this control and then reset, and sometimes go into the exec. This time looks like they're going to commit, which would be a lot of pressure on Sassy.
Yeah, and he's way out into the open right now. There's really no signs of it. He's going to have to play off to the side. No timing to be taken.
Run,
so
Sassy,
40 seconds now
run.
until the next recon, though. And that's a big tool to not have for the retake.
Sassy holding on to the drone, though, waiting for that one. Zelsis, Aftershock, down and out, in through the corner. Drone does connect and tag onto him. It's DRX, Buzz, he's trying to play inside and in front of most of his util set.
Ah.
Overwhelming!
Oh my god.
And that is an onslaught. To curve before our eyes, and Mako left to pick up these pieces and do what he can.
Oh shit,
Straight
GG.
bullets, damage done. Movement, hopping.
No way he does
around,
it
he's not
again,
easy
right?
target at
No way he
all,
does it
but-
again.
And now it's inevitable. At that, a pistol round here for Sentinels and a 3-piece of 10s to close that.
Even without the recon online, finding value with drone and then just barreling in together. It's a great pistol that SEN have put together, but also it's making me think about future retake scenarios.
Teamwork.
Beginning of this year, and Madrid in particular, SEN were the retake team. We haven't seen that level of perfect success yet from them. I mean, they have had some phenomenal retakes when they played.
Tyson, we got this pistol.
When they played Ice Wars against Gen G, it was looking very clean.
True.
But yeah, dead even on pistols now, both of these two teams. Buzz is going to try to put a spanner in the works, picking up the Outlaw full armor. He's got 4 potential snacks.
So risky, though. He does have plenty of targets, but if it goes wrong, economy tumbles for one player still. That's a 140. On either side here, but it was Tens who was the one who does fall.
No charges
Onto
left.
the wayside now, and an open seaside. Not the DRX are aware of it. They've slowed it to a crawl. Very cautious. They just spotted the body there. Celsius has been seen, but can't quite stop the gun into his hands and pulling himself in. Alongside John QT. Make the retreat for now. DRX is still not really forcing the issue. Buzz is going to try and lock that down. Zekken, one to the dome.
One enemy remaining.
All danger just evaporates
There's
at
a
that.
fucking trip too.
Stick this one with full peace of mind.
What a shot from Zekken. 10 HP on Buzz, but if he hits that one shot, it's just basically a fight. Whoever hits the shot is going to win the duel. And Zekken just has a headshot in there just for style points, I guess. I like the idea from Buzz. Somebody's going to have to pay the piper, though. It looks like it's going to be Mako who takes the hit economically.
NT.
So your IGL,
yes,
former
but of
star
course.
player of DRX. He ends up being the player that takes the knock.
They always show their comms. Like, what the
No
fuck?
armor
That is,
for Mako.
yeah, I guess.
That's gross.
It is. It's nothing to work with, really. Aggression by SEN.
Countered quickly, and that tells you that the stack was over towards C, right? The defaulting players were on the C side if the fault line's going to come out that quickly from the attackers. These players on A could be taking more space right now. I think SEN have missed a little bit of a trick there.
I think the goal was to call us a pivot, though, over towards A.
But as soon as the fault line comes out as a reaction, you know that they're not quickly running A.
Right.
Same time, SEN not willing to take the risk. Mako's getting nice space.
Yeah, has announced himself ever so slightly here. Through Garage, no trip to meet them. Bullets raining down, lead on either side. They're going to push back these players as well. If nobody's watching into the smoke, Zelsis might make you punish. Still. Yeah, watching it. Flash to play.
What the
adjustment.
fuck?
Reactions by Bane. Just flicks and adjusts. In time. Zekken playing himself in. Has to worry a little bit about the flank timing here, but I think he's heard the footsteps just scurrying away from flashback. Still a hard retake, nevertheless. 2 Outlaws and a Guardian in the hands of these SEN players. And the post plan from DRX does look good. It's just a smoke to cut up the sight line. Mako makes it that much more difficult to partition here for SEN. Knows the angles, knows the timings, gliding into his face. They do at least do the damage in that regard. Still, it's all being played off site. They know they're off of it. The spike is ticking. 10 sticking.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that was so close.
Brain that he can maybe get away with that one.
Rifles? That's expensive.
Awkward.
Error there from Flashback, but he wanted to make sure that there was no chance
He
of
almost got it though, what the fuck?
in that situation.
My thanks. Oh, this is nice.
It's not going to be too bad. DRX's economy is still looking all right here. And now we get into rifle territory. SEN lead by only 1. It's a tentative advantage that they hold. Teams a little way away from those big ults that we'd be paying attention to. Where did DRX start their default?
That's full on. So no hiding anything about that. That's a lobby take. All that space is given up here. DRX, they have a couple of options, but they instead just choose to send it straight over towards B. As an aftershock will have to be respected. TP from Mako. Around the world we go as a kill trip in the face, walking up behind it. Spam and spray it down. John QT could get punished. Tries to play on the stun.
What?
Up for him. The unexpected play. Sometimes the better one.
Wow.
Wasn't Foxy 9
What?
dropped. Out of the picture.
Oh my god. Oh,
Comes down to contact plays.
my fucking OGL. Oh my god, he's a
The only
fucking
thing that can
menace.
bail them out of this.
He was like, I'm gonna run away. Then he's like, JK.
Just making sure that DRX don't push
That's
even
crazy.
deeper than the site that they're giving them. Happy to play a retake 5v3. They just don't want to get caught by a lurk. And Bane is lurking. It's Ten's job to watch for this.
Trying to play the backstab, flashback.
Cage triggered.
Goes for an attempt of it. Tens though.
Yeah, he got
catches
him.
onto Bane. And the options are limited. They know that Flashback was posturing himself onto the angle as well. A flash to play second.
It's Mako
in. Clearing up
again.
these players nicely
It's
done by
always fucking
Sen.
Mako.
A big blow landed early for Sen on the defense side. DRX's economy is
Send
going to be
2-0.
hurting after that.
Send 2-0.
And the DRX idea there, they realize that there's a huge A lobby fight going on, and so they immediately call the pivot.
That's
in to try
crazy.
to
I'm.
get a
That's
serious exit
crazy.
on B. And Celsius blocks it with just 1 aftershock. And I gotta think, do DRX expect the breach to be playing in short? Do they think he's not going to be in position there?
But you ran back. I was stunned. I was like, I'll come in there.
Yeah, he was committed, bro.
They're talking there about that committing to the retake, I believe. But DRX are going to take a tag timeout. I didn't like the macro pathing, is basically how I want to sum up this statement, though. Because for DRX to think that they could get that plant down on B, they would have to assume that Celsius was part of the big A lobby crunch, or in some way was not connected with them over towards the B link. And I don't think there's enough layers there. If DRX want to add another layer to that, then, you know, save your flash and dash to tap the plant and then flash and dash into the B connector.
Flash
the
and
A-B
dash?
link. That's going to catch Celsius a lot of the time, and it's a really standard place for the breach to be holding. But they ended up trying to get a fast play into B, got caught by the trip over towards C, and it was a little fortunate, I suppose, that Buzz and Foxy9 lined up, but if Buzz isn't going to get those entries, then DRX can't be relying on it. They got to find the advantages in the strats.
The tactics, that macro play as well, but it's a difficult task, right? Mako is leading. He's in a new role himself. I mean, I think we forget that, despite the fact that he is a veteran.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Picking up the mantle of IGLing, it's a real hard just task ahead of him, I think, to go up against a player like John QT, when John QT is calling really well thought out structured plays.
It's interesting because John is new to the tier 1 level, right? At least in partnerships.
Yeah.
And Mako isn't at all, but John's just been IGLing for so much longer. We're back in though.
Yeah, a fight to be taken outside of lobby.
Why is there music?
We'll get game sound soon enough.
Hello?
Just hopping away here.
Bro, why is there so
The
many
hero
fucking
rifle is
bugs?
gonna do the most in this spot. Senna hard committing into that A lobby control, using the drone to add the next element to it. They can pave the way here. Now, oh, that's a hard committal. 180 snap to the side here. This could be overzealous in nature from Sentinels, but they maintain their composure, now backing away.
I'm not sure they realized that DRX were on an eco round here. There was a possibility that DRX could have forced. That's a risky play to go for when you're on an anti-eco. They've left the C site open. There's still Cypher utility in that spot. See how far back John Cudie's fallen just to make sure he's holding on to space securely.
Flashback still with his rifle as well. He's inserted himself in through the backside.
This is actually going to be really tough to get back into.
Clear up these players.
No one going through the B side. Everyone trying to go through this one way.
With how disjointed it is, but a one-way fails. Mako, stand off the line. Use pound for pound though, it's slowing these players down. The rifle needs to get value seconds. He just beams him down.
Oh my god.
Wrong target.
It's Mako
retreat,
again.
leads with the
It's
upgrade.
Mako
Try and play himself
again.
into this 1v3. Up onto the corner. Rifle spam, not enough.
Bro.
Sentinels now up to 10. The risky play at the beginning of this round as well. No punish in sight for it, despite the fact that it could have been that potential.
And Mako is gonna be kicking himself. He almost got robbed in that spot. He 140'd Zelsis, sorry. There was only one player with full health. That was Zelsis. He 140'd him, killed John Cudie. One more bullet in that spot, and that's a winnable 1v3 for Mako. There were some serious risks being taken there for Sentinels.
Brutal.
But risks or no, they get it done. And now a 3-round lead. It is very similar, Brent, to Sunset. An even half that Sentinel starts running away with. Can DRX find the comeback, as they did in map 1?
The form that Zekin's in, leading with 20 kills here. Again, it's not obfuscating the intent to try and fight this one tooth and nail. Deep smoke, locked up in. Seeing if there's a player caught into the corner here. DRX is still looking like they're eager to try and refight this one. The paranoia, but do they expect this one? They don't. Zekin,
Oh
he cuts
my
it up.
god, oh
He's
my
only got
god, oh my
Hunter's
god, oh
Fury.
my
Some
god.
of them 12. Foxy9 still maintains his composure. And the rifle aim at least intact to bring down Zekin.
It's good damage, but they have left B open. Flashback, taking this timing, finding his way through. Does anyone think?
Footsteps, knives out. Kills need to be claimed.
Ah!
Over. Sassy gives him that easy sideline. Zelsis.
Nice!
To the corner again. He will have made
Nice!
most of this, and
Okay,
it was
3v3.
sloppy by
3v2.
DRX. Despite all the aggression that was being made and played, Zelsis.
Nice.
3K
Nice.
to finish it. Up to 11 now for SEN, and at this point, it really does feel like full momentum on display.
That's such a misread from DRX in that spot. When Flashback gets in position to get the kill onto Sassy, they just commit to the hit on A, as if everybody's now gone. I think they've just lost track there of their visual map of where the players are.
There's no more really buffer room here that's been built up by DRX to find a path back in.
Celsius has earned his ult. Breach ults on both sides. SEN backing up, expecting that this one would be used over towards A. Trying to posture, make it feel like there's still people there. Seeing if they can draw it out from Foxy9. But this is an eco round.
Right there.
If you're going to use your ults here, could you not have tried to force a little more? And stop SEN from getting to 12?
Right there.
Again, it all just lands on the shoulder.
GG go next.
On with the rifle, jiggling, cutting noise, up, down to that minute mark. SEN content to give up most of this space here. There's a smoke into the face of Sassy. He's going to spray them down. The Odin play.
Wow.
Chopping them up to pieces. Drone.
Odin.
Around, rebound with a shot dart. It's all collected kills. Potentially.
Oh my
there.
god, oh my god, oh my god.
Killer by Zekin, the sidearm.
Okay, GG go next.
Put that cherry
GG go
on
next.
top,
GG go next. GG go
flawless.
next.
12th round now for SEN. And this
Oh
is the
my
series
god,
here.
dude.
Laid in wait.
They're so far ahead of these rounds. DRX are taking a little bit of A-long control, hoping that SEN are going to re-clear into them. SEN are already thinking 3 steps ahead. They're thinking, we want to be way off site here in case this breach ult is coming through. Just in terms of anticipating what their opponents are up to, SEN have been very strong today.
All smiles.
The
as
atmospheres
well.
remained light, even when we were in overtime on Sunset. But now they've got 5 chances to close out and start moving on to face a Chinese opponent.
Ooh. Wait, EDG already played? What?
DRX with essentially one last
I'm
buy
so
potentially here.
confused.
A lot of ults built up. could make good usage of it to at least turn this round in their favor. Round 20 will have to be the case. But SEN setups look incredibly well drilled. Willing to let Sassy hold and lock this down with the Odin in play. Very predictable in terms of the sight lines. Does have to be a little bit worried, but SEN are going to be trying to play himself back in. Util in his hands. That's a timing that's caught. Buzz, quick to capitalize up. Draft up, but over now with the dash. And Util, it is perfection. Still the return of the fire. Here from Celsius, still looking at speed at Thorn in their size. Splash! Through and out. It's good for it, but he can't adjust in time for Mako. Wrapping it around now with 30 seconds remaining. DRX to do get themselves now onto the side into this plant. Tens. Go to peeking. Wins a fight onto flashback.
Bad fight to go for there.
A little bit more winnable now for Tens himself. He's going to try and put that nail in the coffin. Ballsy play.
Oh my god, they're going so
to most of the side
forward.
as well. He's looking to contact most of the way up through and around, but a knife out back to
What the? Wow.
Strikes him down.
Wow, why would you do that?
So Sentinel's first opportunity to be able to close out DRX.
Why would
Slips
you
away
do
from
that?
DRX kept it simple, kept it honest. A delayed A exec. It worked out. Buzz is going to need plenty more rounds like this. And the timing, unfortunate for Sassy to get caught in that spot. Exactly the entry that Buzz was looking for. Celsius has picked up an Odin. He's going to be spamming down short at the start of this round. Everyone on DRX is there.
I think that might be Sassy potentially there, but he sends the dart flying back and over. They are getting chewed up entirely here. Hail of lead might be enough. Hunter's Fury seeking to offset this as well. No real connection to the delayed dart up and over the top. Ults are expended. Second though has not been pulled out of this spot. Stuns. They're good for it. And here's the flood defense. Sassy not removed.
GG.
Unrooted. Players in front of him. Mako
GG.
barely alive. But this is it for SEN.
GG.
Close down the curtain on that one. They are the Korea
Yeah.
killers at this point.
No, Korea
Knocking
killers.
DRX down to the lowest of our playoffs.
Let's
A team that
go,
can
my
often feel like the
pickums.
protagonists of Valorant's done a heel turn here in Seoul. They really are the villains for this crowd. DRX pushed them on Sunset, on Sentinel's map pick, but it's another loss on Haven. Another loss to an America's team on this map. And
GG.
SEN glide through
Oh,
off the back of
Well.
some phenomenal individual talent.
awkward.
And our first time watching Zekken play on the Neon, he absolutely crushed it.
27 kills to finish this map. He was frying. But it was all the pieces, honestly, of the puzzle just being met. In kind of team were backing him up with the util. And listen, sportsmanship on display onto the stage itself as well.
Aw, dude,
Hopes are gonna be
Zekken is-
exchanged, of course.
No, Zekken, sorry. Zelsis is
That's the
such a
benefit of the
sweet
playoffs as
dude.
well. You have that lifeline. DRX can fight back. They can battle back. But they took a hard knock down to the floor with that.
They certainly did. And I had a big question for SEN today. Are you still going to be able to play as well as you did during that Gen G game? And I think in terms of individual stuff, I was impressed today. Were they a little sloppier? Yeah. But I think their
Are they saying hi to
Sunset
Rob?
and their clean second half on Haven should still be giving people a lot of reasons to look towards this team as a dangerous
Where's
squad
his
in our playoffs.
banner?
Along with that underdog 4th seed potential coming out from
Who's
America.
next?
At this
What's the
point,
next
they are
game?
gearing up. They're evolving over the course of this entire tournament, and they burnt themselves even more time to do just that.
Yeah. The prep is strong for this team. The more time they have to think about their next opponent, the better they'll look. And you're talking about them being the 4th seed. They're the only 4th seed to even
Where
win
is
a
it? Oh,
match here in
Trace.
Champs.
Okay,
And
they
they're
have
in
it.
the playoffs,
It's Trace
winning their
versus
first round of
EBG.
playoffs. They're one of only 3 orgs ever to make Champs playoffs as the 4th seed. That's how unexpected this late season turnaround is.
Yeah.
Usually, if you're in a bit of a slump heading into Champs,
Let me see
you're
everyone
done.
else's pickums.
Sentinels.
Well, let's send it down to the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
A lot of people had DRX winning.
Hello, everyone, and here I am with Sentinel Zekken. Now, everybody, give it up for Zekken! 센티널의 제켄 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. 퍼시픽 1, 2시드 팀을 연속으로
Is she wearing leggings inside of us? Okay, I don't know about this outfit, Jen.
어떻게 이렇게 폼을 폼을 되찾을 수 있었는지 어떤 부분에서 좀 보완을 했는지도 먼저 물어보고 싶은데요. Congratulations, second. You took down number 1 and number 2 Pacific teams in a row. Now, how are you guys able to bounce back so quickly after that first match here in Seoul to make sure that you guys are in a full championship form?
I think we just have a lot of resilience. We knew the first match that wasn't the best version of ourselves, and we knew we could be way better. So the next week we practiced a lot and kept playing, and I just think we're in good form right now.
너무나도 이 회복 탄력성이 좋은 센티널이기 때문에 끈기를 가지고 첫 번째 매치 이후에 우리는 이거보다 더 잘할 수 있다라는 확신이 있었기 때문에 너무 열심히 연습을 했고 그리고 너무 열심히 노력을 한 결과 계속해서 이렇게 좋은 폼을 되찾을 수 있었다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그러면 오늘 두 번째 맵이었던 헤이븐에서 DRX의 공략법은 좀 어땠는지도 살짝 물어보고 싶습니다. 워낙 DRX가 설치를 한 이후에 자리 잡는 시간을 주지 않는 팀인데 이 부분을 잘 카운터 친 것 같거든요. 좀 어떤 계획이 있었는지도 물어보도록 하겠습니다. So I want to ask you about the game plan against DRX on Haven, especially because DRX they're known for not letting you have that time to reposition after you have the plant down. So what specifically did you see in their playstyle or in their strats that you could exploit today?
What a good question.
We moved around a lot, so we tried to do like little fakes, little things to get them to rotate. They like to fast flood a lot, so we just did our best to get in good positions as fast as possible before they were ready for it, and it just kind of worked out.
워낙에 DRX가 많이 움직이는 걸 알고 있었기 때문에 센티넬 쪽에서도 좀 DRX를
You're revealing your
만들기 위해서 좀 작은 그런 움직임들을 많이 줬고요. 그렇기 때문에 DRX가 조금 더 헷갈릴 수 있도록 자리 잡는 데 시간이 오래 걸릴 수 있도록 유도를 했었었고 그리고 DRX 같은 경우에도 공격 때 설치한 이후에 자리 잡는 걸 굉장히 잘하기 때문에 그런 부분을 못하도록 한 번 더 역습을 치르는
I mean, they're definitely gonna win. Like, what the fuck even is Trace
그리고 제켄
Esports?
선수 두 맵 모두 2연 네온으로 폭발적인 모습을 보여줬는데 약간 뻔하지만 물어보고 싶은 질문을 물어보도록 할게요. 지금 세계 최고의 타격대는 누구일까요? So now we saw you being explosive on 2 maps in a row on that neon, right? I'm gonna ask you a rhetorical question now. You probably can guess what it is. Who's the best duelist in the world right now?
Me, bitch.
Is it you?
Probably Aspas.
아마 아스파스가 아니지 않을까라고
That's
얘기를
true.
합니다. 그러면 이렇게 해서 센티널에 대한 기대와 희망이 점점 높아지고 있는데 이 센티널의 여정에 있어서 좀 경계되는 팀이 있는지 마지막으로 물어보도록 할게요. Sensity, hyped up, hopes are high. Do you feel like there's any team that can challenge you on your journey to host the trophy?
G2.
I mean, I think all the teams left can challenge us. Every team left in this playoff
G2
bracket
or
is incredibly
EDG.
strong, so we have to be on our A game all the time. I think anyone can really.
What a good PR.
다 워낙 이제 남은 팀들이 쟁쟁하기 때문에
Response.
긴장을 풀지 않고 열심히 해야 될 것 같고 아무나
Man is
센티널을
media
뽑을 수 있을
trained.
가능성이 있기 때문에 항상 우리가 할 수 있는 최고의 경기를 펼쳐야 될 것 같다고 얘기했습니다. 이렇게 해서
I
제켄
think
선수
Genji was
만나봤습니다.
definitely like
Thank you, Second.
Thank you.
a rock in the road. Those were okay. 2 of them were good questions, and then they turned to be bad questions. What the fuck was that picture of QT? Okay. I'm done. Hopefully I wake up and EDG wins, and I get my pick'em points. Wait, did they update already or no? Okay, no. Yeah, well. I better wake up. And EDG better win. And then I think these guys play tomorrow, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, well, good night.